It's seriously time that we had an honest conversation. I was going to try to succinctly lay out the truth for liberals. Conservatives like me, and the ones that I know, many that I know, are not rejoicing in liberal tears. We know that you're feeling anxious and extreme fear. Nobody likes that, even though some people like to make extreme jokes about it, that sort of thing. Nobody likes that, not really. We don't want that for you. Conservatives do not want that for liberals. President Trump does not want that for you either. We cannot help that the liberal elite establishment has made an oppressed class for you to fit in. That's how they like to see you. They can lie to you and to the group that they put you in, and why. My son-in-law is a trans man and married to my son. This explanation is for their comfort and benefit, because right now the liberal left handlers are trying to continue to scare the shit out of them and everybody else in the alphabet groups and the race-based groups that the left liberal elite have created. Why would they try to, groups and then try to scare the shit out of you? It don't make no sense. They wouldn't do that, you say. Why would Democrat group create the groups who seem to support you and then just lie to you? Why would they do that? Money, power, prestige. A lot of times the money doesn't mean anything anymore. They're so fucking rich. It's not the money even then. It is the power. People get so fucking hung up on their power and the ability to control other people. The money doesn't matter anymore. They've got enough of that. And just throw it around and try to buy other people and buy what they think and buy what they do. And that's why they're rich. All the people that say, oh, tax the rich and, they're oppressing you and let's tax all the rich people. They're not like you. They don't live like you. They don't suffer like you. When the gas prices are high and the groceries are so expensive, you don't know how you're going to put together meals to make your meals last the week for your entire family. They don't feel none of that, honey. They do not feel none of that. The people that they pay under the table to schlep up to the grocery store to pick up all of their groceries and their $12 ice cream tubs of ice cream and stuff like that, and $400 bottles of wine and all that. They don't feel what it's like for us. If you think, that you got it bad, I'm not trying to say I got it bad. In my heart, I feel rich. I feel unburdened by what has been. I feel very unburdened compared to what a lot of other people go through. But I do it on less than $30,000 a year, and it's not just by myself either. You can live richly without money. Sometimes you're forced to. Sometimes you're forced to figure it out. You don't need money to be happy. There's plenty of rich people that are the most miserable slobs on the face of the earth. They'll tell you so too. But why would they? Just, put you in a little group and try to control you and lie to your face and all that. They want to control you. They really do want to control you. Now, if everything was fine, you didn't feel like you needed support or any help, if things were going great for you and you were getting everything that you wanted, you wouldn't need them, right? There would be no purpose for you to vote for them or revere them or hold them up on the pedestal or give them any reverence of any type. So they have to create it. The Democrats create the lies that build the perception of the necessity for them. Now, the political spectrum of Democrats usually, are liberal, and liberals usually make up the Democrat political machine. Not all liberals are Democrats, though. Most are. And in the quest for getting your attention and getting control of you, they have to create a group for you to be in and for you to share your misery with. And that way they can create microaggressions against you so that they have the solution that you need so that you can be happy. And you can't be happy without them. They'll make sure that you understand that without them, all the Republicans are going to take your shit away from you, and you'll never be happy, and you'll never get what you want in life. And you'll always be oppressed, and you'll always be scared, and you'll always be terrified. And nothing could be further from the truth. They circulate their lies like that, and they supply like nonprofits. They get up there in Congress, and people like Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer and all them, and one of the senators that I remember, was he a House representative? One or the other. He recently died. I say recently, within the past couple of years. I think his name was Cleveland. Anyway, his wife was running a nonprofit. Well, she was actually running two nonprofits. One that was for a certain group, and the other nonprofit was against the very same certain group. So she was creating her chaos and getting government funding for both of them and running as the sole proprietor, the only person in control of them. She had her racket going, but she got away with it very successfully. And they made dollars. That's what they do. And you are guinea pig. You are the one that gets the money, the power that they want, and the control that they want. And they get to have their big parties and throw their galas and look what good I'm doing for these trodden people. Don't be those people. Don't fall for all that bullshit. It's degrading. It's disgusting. It is so downheartening. I can't tell you how embarrassed I am for so many people that get out there and follow these liberal elites and hang on their every word and do everything that they want them to do, and just to be a part of the group that they have created and they have lied to and they cling on to. That's what they've been given by their handlers. But it's so embarrassing to see people being used like that. So the liberals set up their family, the elite set up their family and friends, and they start these nonprofits and all that. They build tax-exempt organizations, just to fleece you and the government and other donors out of millions of dollars of money, and they keep their families swimming in your money. And they have a self-perpetuated human mill. They generate angst in you and the need for their support and their little group, and you keep going back in, begging for crumbs and just begging to be helped over the problems that they create, where there actually aren't those problems without the liberal elite Democrats. If it weren't for them, those problems wouldn't be there. But they don't care that they're using you. Now, the propaganda you've been terrorized with by the liberal left is unconscionable, and they know that certain human rights have been slow to be accepted in society. They want to keep you in fear, and they want to keep you voting for them. They have to lie to you and pay millions of dollars to the people on NBC, ABC, CBS, CNN to lie to you to your face. They have to tell you that the conservatives, like President Trump or any conservative group or Republicans in the political genre, will take away this and take away that, like your ability to have same-sex marriage or you'll lose your women's rights or something like that. Everything they beat you over the head with recently, in other words, when nothing could be further from the actual truth. Now, let me point out to you that one of the biggest lies concerning losing women's rights and all of that is perpetrated by the liberal elite themselves in allowing men and women's sports. Because right there, women's rights is right in front of your face. Having all of these programs that supposedly we have fought and striven for, whatever the word is, to be able to give you grants and scholarships and all kinds of opportunities, things to win and achieve. Just for example, the swimming incident, or the Olympics incidences, women's pageants even, you could win scholarships. Hundreds of thousands of dollars is on the line. But now a man can come along and take that away from you. You're going to actually allow a man to come say, oh, I feel like a woman. I have a fake vagina, and I'm going to come in and outperform you by 15 seconds in the swimming races, which no other woman had ever beaten in history. That's the world record. I'm going to beat you by 15 seconds because I'm a woman. I just happen to swim like a man. Although I do still have the chromosomes of a man too. But don't bother with that. That's fine. I'm a woman. I'm a woman. This is the stupidest thing that has come across in all of my existence on this earth, and that's 65 years and some odd months. The stupidest thing I have seen is liberals screaming at you that Trump is going to take your women's rights away, where them themselves have perpetrated the biggest steal of women's rights in all of history. And they're doing it to you right now, to this day. And you're going to sit there and scream that Trump's going to do it. Well, I have another point to point out. Ask yourself this question. Let me point something out and then ask yourself this question. Now, Donald Trump's already been president one time before. Now, I'm sure you recall. He was there for four entire years. And during that time, did Trump take away any rights for you as a woman? And he certainly didn't bring up, the transgender issues, as far as that was something that he championed. He didn't jump in the way of it if somebody else brought it up. But he wasn't a champion of anything of such. But did he take away anything? Anything? Name me one thing. Because if you try to say something about abortion and Roe v. Wade getting overturned and all that, let me remind you that happened under Joe Biden and Kamala Harris's watch. Thank you. That didn't happen under Trump. Did you lose any other rights during that time? Did Trump cause you to lose your gay right to marriage, same-sex marriage? Did you lose that? Or where all of a sudden you denied the ability to get married during that 4 entire years? Were you denied the ability to get married to your same-sex partner? No. Did they cause any health officials to refuse gender-related medical service to any qualified adult? We're not talking about the children issue here. Whole different ball of wax. But as adults, did you lose any gender-related services during Donald Trump's term? First term? No. Did your gas and groceries and rent go so high you couldn't afford it? And you were wondering how in the world you're going to make ends meet and you have to move in with mama and daddy? Even though you're 35 years old and you got a family, a wife and 4 kids? No. In fact, all of your expenses during Donald Trump's first term, first 4 years, went down. Now, he has been accused of going to be taking away your Social Security and your disability benefits. Now, can you believe that? Can you believe that? That actually saying that Donald Trump's going to take away your Social Security and your disability. Honest to God. When, in fact, during his first term, the Social Security payments went up some during that time. And in reality, Trump, and you can look it up, you can find it, you can watch his lips move, and you can hear his voice in conjunction with his lips moving tell you to your face that the key to preserving Social Security is to have an economy that is robust and growing. And the reason that is because an economy that is robust and growing, it in of itself in the middle is the working class, good, healthy working people putting into the economy, which supports your Social Security benefits later on down the road for them. But right now, it makes the current Social Security system healthy. And that's important. But that's how you preserve it, is to make it healthy. And he's going to do even better things for seniors. Now, in the second term, he's going to stop the taxation of Social Security benefits. Social Security benefits will not be federally taxed. And this is going to be a huge thing for people like me trying to make ends meet. Any person trying to make ends meet that are getting any type of benefits. It's a huge deal. One of the biggest drains, as you know, on Social Security is going to be your unnatural drain on Social Security benefits by illegals. People that are not citizens, are not entitled to citizens benefits, that are getting all of our benefits And the only administration responsible for that sort of travesty is Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Thank God she did not get elected. But recognize where the problems come from. And finally, did Trump ever push for or ban abortion? No, didn't push for it. Not once. Not ever. He never mentioned that. They want to scare you with that. They want to say that he's going to do a nationwide ban on abortion. No, he's not. He said he's not. And there's one thing you know about Donald Trump that you can take to the bank. When he says something, he does what he says. He does what he says he will do. He makes that 100%. And he says, promises made, promises kept. Now, if you want to know exactly what Trump says that he will do, don't depend on NBC, ABC, CBS, or CNN to tell you the truth. There are hundreds of proven examples where liberal media have taken snippets out of what Trump talks about and what he is saying. They totally take it out of context. And they make up a video and offensive statements to go with, a little snippet of video that seems to go along with what narrative they're trying to put together. And they know it will upset you. And they do not show you what he actually said in the whole video, totally context. His little snippet that they'll put in with their lie. You can verify that you're being shown a complete fabrication, a complete lie, made up video if you research for yourself. But they know you probably won't do that. You won't take the time to do that. And even if you do, Google buries shit so far down, you wind up in China trying to get something. It's amazing how well they can, scrub the internet of information that you need or that you want. And it's just, just like the other day, we were trying to look up where to go see Trump in his rallies and whatnot. And you look up, where to go see a Trump rally. And all you'd get was Kamala Harris information. That's not what we asked for. Google, always prided itself on being a relevant, free search engine for the public. But the emphasis was on relevancy. Not ever since they became a bought and paid for political operative. Google is doing one of the worst disservices to the American public that can be done. It is treasonous. Lying to your face. And the recent claim about what Trump said about protecting women, no matter what, was taken completely out of context. I'm sure you remember that. Spread all around like it was the truth. And Google suppressed the full original video. It's there, but you really have to dig for it to find the full video in context and not just the snippet that they took out and edited together. You will find the edited propaganda videos. You'll find those quite easily. But to get get the longer version of the raw footage where he was talking, harder to find, so you can have the proof that they took out a little snippet that had absolutely nothing to do with their video narrative that they created. It just happened to fit, what they wanted to lie about. That little snippet. And it was not what he was talking about while he was talking to the people listening to him at the rally. But what we want you to know out of all this is that we as conservatives, we do actually believe in fairness, in honesty, human rights to exist, and you should be able to live the way you like to live as long as you grant that same courtesy to other people. Yeah, that's a little hard to do. There's a little juggling there. That means you don't get everything you want. That means I don't get everything I want. I have to make concessions for other people. You also have to make concessions for other people. Nobody gets everything they want. That's not fair. Things aren't, you don't hit a good cordial existence together if one person's getting everything and other people have to give up a lot or most of what they want just to appease all the other people. See, that's not fair. That's a hard juggle, though. These are hard things to arrange in society. But just remember, you do not get everything you want. I don't get everything I want. We have to come to a conclusion as to what is enough to make us happy and satisfied with our lives so that we can enjoy most of what we like. And everybody seems to be okay with that. All people, liberals, and when liberals are allowed to, but when you get honest people having a discussion, trying to have a dialogue, so you can arrange to agree on things. And most people don't want to inconvenience other people. And when you have an adult conversation, you realize, for everybody to be mostly happy, you have to give up just a few things, but then everybody can be mostly happy with a few concessions, and that's okay. But if you know the truth, you have to understand how much Trump actually cares about America and American citizens and our well-being. He wants all of the people to live in a good economy, as good as he can get it for us, and have access to jobs and have access to prosperity, have access to opportunities for us and for our families. And he wants us to be able to have what we want in life through education or vocation, however we choose to go about it, and to live to the best of our abilities and not face overt oppression or aggressions. That's all people from all walks of life. President Trump really does want that for all citizens. And all the rest of the classifications and everything be damned. Screw all that shit, get that out of the way. All citizens. And that's all that we need to talk about. As neighbors and family and friends, everybody deserves to look forward to having, an enjoyment of their life. Now, if President Trump wanted to do any of the horrible things that the liberal left political elites say that he wants to try to do to you, if he really wanted to do all that, he'd have done it a long time ago. He didn't do none of it. They're just trying to scare you. And he would already, tried to move on some of these, points that they're trying to say, that they tried to say leading up to the election. It's hard to get past the fact that the election just is now over. It's hard to get to that point. But thank God we're at this place right now. And what do you have to lose by giving President Trump a chance? I mean, you may lose your severe anger and anxiety. You might be able to feel happy again, genuine happiness. You lose your wasted time and your wasted energy from feeding the egos of the elite propagandists. That they just make sure that you're miserable and scared and upset and terrorized. Give Trump a try. Celebrate. Try to relax. Try to just sit back and take it all in, that nobody's coming to your door. Give it 16 weeks. Just give it a small period of time. Say, okay, I'm going to give this a chance. I'm just going to sit back and see what happens. Instead of just anticipating, people are going to come knock down your door and force you to get divorced from your same-sex spouse and take away your dog and make you eat vegetables and everything else you hate. And just give it a chance. Give it a chance. You'll see your gas go down. You might be able to afford a steak this week. You could even enjoy going out to a movie. Go with your partner. Go have a date night. Actually, go out and enjoy some of the money that you worked overtime for, and now under President Trump are not going to get taxed for the overtime that you just did. That's going to be tremendous money for all people, whether you're single or whether you got family or something. If you work overtime and you don't have to pay taxes, and right now it's taxed extra over and above taxes, it's taxed at a higher rate because it's overtime. It's going to take that away. And if you get no taxes on the time and a half you make for overtime, you get all that extra money. Man, what a gift. That's going to be a gift. You're going to love it. And it comes week after week. If you work overtime week after week, you're getting gifted week after week. I can't wait for that to be in place for everybody. You lose the weight of the oppression that the liberal left seems to love to saddle you all up with, if you let them. That's what's been going on. You've been letting them. They've been doing it. If you honestly give President Trump a fair shake, you'll find out that the heavy weights and demonization that you were feeling wasn't from people around you or your neighbors or conservatives or Trumpsters, maggots, or whatever else, it's popular to call people that honestly just want to live plainly the same way you do. Free your mind and be open, to the enjoyment of life. Drop the liberal left liars from your life and just give happiness a chance. Honestly, give love a chance. If you really, really believe in love is love, give your life a chance. Odds are you'll probably really enjoy it. Peace.